So, what if Battlefield Hardline were to add a DLC in the future featuring a remastered version of Noshahr Canals or Grand Bazaar, or any other fan favorite map from any Battlefield game? Now, this is speculation, as you guys have come to expect from me. However, as you guys should know, this is not just information off the top of my head and from my imagination. I have seen some evidence that has led me and to be inclined in making a video about the topic, and I will let you guys know what that information is so that you guys can decide for yourself whether or not you think it is actually a possibility or if it's just some devs teasing us about things that we would really like to see. So to start off with, everybody knows since Battlefield 4 came out with their second Assault DLC that just had some of the worst maps they could have brought back, besides Operation Metro and Caspian Border, the other maps just weren't that loved by the fans. But after some time went on, people started asking for a third Assault, as people were calling it, where they would bring back even more old Battlefield maps, whether they were from Battlefield 3, Bad Company 2, it didn't matter. People were wanting to see some old Battlefield maps be brought into Battlefield 4 in a new DLC. And the possibility is still out there that we could actually see them come to Battlefield 4, but recently I saw some information. I actually asked a dev and got some information that has led me to be inclined to make this video. So recently, yesterday actually, I was on Twitter and one of my friends, Age1000, was tweeting out at Thaddeus Sasser asking him if it was a possibility to see some sort of Operation Metro type map come into Battlefield Hardline if they were to remaster it again. And Thaddeus's response was something along the lines of, we've already had that before, it wouldn't really fit into the style, the fast-pacedness of Battlefield Hardline, and the map just would not work out as it does in BF3 and BF4. And that being understandable completely, I decided to recommend another map. And so I tweeted at Thaddeus saying, well, I understand that Metro's been done before and it probably wouldn't fit in, but what about something like Noshahr Canals or Grand Bazaar? And then after I tweeted that at him, I really was expecting no response at all. I just thought it would be a good idea for people to think about and let sink in, and he responded almost immediately saying, oh, what would be some good maps if we were to bring that into the American Los Angeles, Florida type theme? And then he started suggesting some names of his own for a Noshahr Canals type map. And they weren't just joking names, they were actual serious names that could make sense for a map like that. So obviously he was taking my tweet seriously and he wasn't taking it as just a joke, and I thought that was a very good idea. Like, I thought that he was actually reading my tweet for what it was and understanding that it would be nice to see these maps come in a future DLC and how they could potentially fit into Battlefield Hardline if carried out properly. So I started thinking about ways that we could actually see these maps come into Battlefield Hardline, how they would fit. And when I was looking at Noshahr Canals, I decided, well, a lot of the story mode and campaign and maps in Battlefield Hardline take place in Los Angeles or in Florida or somewhere around those areas where there are beaches and water. And obviously in areas like that, there are shipment harbors, very similar to the likes of Noshahr Canals, that they could easily base the map off of. So they could easily take a shipment harbor from Los Angeles or from Florida and then kind of redesign it, redesign the layout of it in order to resemble that of Noshahr Canals, and then we would have a basic Noshahr Canals map for Battlefield Hardline. And I can honestly see no way that that map would not work in Battlefield Hardline. I think people would love it. There have been all kinds of crime movies in the past where people have broken into harbor bays and then stolen things from the massive shipping containers. So they could easily make the game modes make sense on a map like that, and it would just be awesome in general. And then when looking at Grand Bazaar, as you guys know, it does take place in some sort of market in the Middle East. What if they were to take Chinatown or something from Los Angeles and then kind of make the Chinese market have a similar layout to that of Grand Bazaar? It could easily be done. They could easily make some amazing maps by doing so, and I think a lot of people who at this point in time are not very keen on the thought of Battlefield Hardline would give it a second chance. They'd see some old school maps from Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 that they might have loved, remastered and reinvented in the cops and robbers theme of Battlefield Hardline, and potentially pick up the game and end up liking it. And I think that that would be an awesome selling point for Battlefield Hardline. The game is already having so much success as it is, and it's already working great. If they were to bring in some maps for those Battlefield fans that have been playing it for a long time and are just not that into the idea of the close quarters type maps that we already have, and they were to bring in these bigger maps with more vehicles just in one DLC or something, or as a little thing for veterans, who knows, then I think that would really interest all these old school Battlefield players. If you guys have any suggestions as what maps you would like to see coming in DLC like this, and how you could reimagine them in the Cops and Robbers American theme of Battlefield Hardline, please leave that in the comment section down below, because I would love to hear all of your guys' opinions, and I would love to think about it, because honestly, just thinking about it is awesome. Whether or not it comes true or not, the possibilities are endless if you honestly sit down and think about it. That has been all for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, then please leave me a rating. That would be very much appreciated. As always, this has been Lupus, and I will catch you guys in the next one.